Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look here at NIO stock. This is one that you guys asked me about a lot here on the channel, but not only are we going to be talking about NIO, there are two other names, Apple and DraftKings, which we will be touching base on in this video. So again guys, if you want to hear about any of those names or what I personally think will be happening with their price action over the next few weeks, make sure you stay tuned until the end because there will be some great information coming up. And I really think that a lot of these stocks are due to make a move here, especially with NIO and especially with Apple. So again, guys, stay until the end because there will be some great information. Now, talking more specifically about NIO, you can see that exactly what we predicted on the chart has happened here over the last few days. We saw a massive wedge building here on NIO, and then we got a breakout from around $35 to $42 a share. Now again guys, I made this clear in the Discord that we were going to be playing this NIO play, as well as here on the channel I made a video talking about NIO, how I didn't really understand why people thought this stock was going to be going down to $30 a share. Now I did caution you guys that that was a possibility, but ultimately I told you that it didn't really make a lot of sense. With so many great pieces of news, stocks can't just continue trending down forever, and you can really see that NIO was trending down strongly between 64 and 32, but once we got to this lower point, the stock really decided to make a consolidation, and that's what you have to keep in mind with a lot of these stocks. They can't trend in one direction forever. So with NIO here, it looks like they might be getting ready to try to come back to the upside, but there are still a lot of things to watch here before we can just blindly jump back in. So I want to put you guys with some tools here that you can take a look at, or what you could basically keep on your watch list with NIO stock to know whether it's going to be breaking back to the upside, back to near $50, where I want to catch this stock here on a massive breakout, or if we are going to see maybe a pullback back to this $35 range stock, where we are seeing a consolidation building right now on NIO. So again guys, stay until the end because there will be some great information. So looking closer here at the chart guys, I have now switched the graph over here on the top left from 1 hour to 1 day. And if you're following, make sure you do make this switch because it's going to be very important in seeing what we need to exactly know with NIO stock in order to get a clear idea of whether we're going to be breaking down to that support again or breaking back up to the highs. Now right now you can see that I have marked out a support level, $34 a share, and I really do think that this is the minimum price for NIO, at least in the short term here, where we are seeing some great bouncing and where it's very clear that the market is seeing support. You can see that we have made some great wicks, which are going to be these massive lines ripping out of some of these candles. And what these candles represent is 1 day of price action. So you can see that on this day, when we did come down below $34 all the way to 32, the candle was very quickly eaten back up, and as a result, it makes these lines on the chart. Now, as you can see, this also happens near the highs of the stock, and when we were up at $65 a share, it happened as well, where we did see a massive pullback or some larger pullbacks here on the day, and what this causes is the same line, but at the top of the chart. So when it's overbought, it's going to be looking here at the top of the chart, and when it's oversold, the line is going to be looking at the bottom of the chart. So again, guys, that's going to be some clear levels to watch and some very close things that we need to keep an eye on, but also we need to keep an eye on the resistance level, or the level that we need to break in order to know whether NIO is heading up massively in the upwards direction, and that's going to be somewhere around this $42 range, which is the price that is set by the wedge right here. So this is the second level of the wedge. The first level was right here, and you can see we broke that very easily. Now we're watching for this second level to break, which is going to be around $42. And then ultimately, if we are getting a massive rip all the way up to 50, we need to see a break from this top level of the wedge around 45 a share. So right now we are waiting to see whether these levels will break. Those are the levels that we need to watch. They're identified, but just to give you guys some more confirmation on why these levels do exist and why they're important, you can see that it's really no coincidence that around the $42 a share range is where a lot of these wicks were setting up in the past on NIO. So again, guys, I told you that this is going to be a critical price of buying and selling to know whether the stock is going to either head to the upside or head back down. So in the past, they also have been. You can see that the wick is setting up right there, right here where we did see a support level in the past, and also right here. So there are some huge wicks near this price area, and that's why I think that NIO was having a little bit of trouble breaking up above this price now that we did break out from the wedge. But ultimately, we saw some massive buying here coming out of the 30th of April or last Friday, and that's why I really do want to watch this stock for a massive move coming into next week if we can continue to see some upwards volume and also some upward strength. So watch these levels, guys. As always, that's going to be $35 as the bottom, $40 as the minimum price that we need to hold right now to really continue upwards. 42, the first breakout level where the stock got rejected just a few days ago. Then 46 to ultimately be heading back in the upwards direction. So that's my last price levels on NIO here that I'm going to be releasing for the next few days, because I really do think that it's going to take time for the stock to fill in these levels. So as always, guys, strap in if you are in with NIO, because this is going to be a good one for the long term. But right now it is seeing a little turbulence, even though it can produce some great intraday moves like what we saw on Friday. So this is one to keep on your watch list for sure. Now, talking about Apple, this is exactly what I was trying to warn you guys about in my last video with this company, where I told you that this move downwards was a signal of what was going to be coming in the future. Now, we did make higher highs at around 138, but ultimately this did not hold even for the day. And you can see that we are now heading all the way back down, maybe to support around 126. Now, it's not really clear whether this stock will be seeing maybe some more selling than 126. Ultimately, 118 is that level where I do not see us breaking below. You can see that the 200 EMA, or the long-term directional of the stock, which basically shows us whether it's in a long-term upwards or downwards direction, is showing us that we have strength here at the 118 level. So I ultimately don't think that we can break down below there, or that would be a very, very negative sign. But I do think that we're going to smash through this 50 exponential moving average, which is going to be our short-term directional. And basically right now we are heading down below 131. This was a support level that we did identify in the last video, around 131. So now that we are heading below, 126 is going to be that next level, or 118. I would play puts with Apple because they have some great valuation. And when the puts start moving, they do pick up in value. So again, guys, Apple is one that I would recommend going in with puts. NIO is one that I would not play puts or calls on until we have a clear direction or another break of that level, because the breakouts are going to be the best time to hop in. And that's why I ultimately would recommend to hop in with some puts on Apple. The direction is clearly in the downwards direction, and it's about a breakout from this clear level, or sorry, the obvious support of 130. So again, guys, if we do get a break below this level, I do recommend some puts all the way till 126 or 118, which is where we're going to meet up with the 200 EMA. So again, guys, massive selling here on Apple. That is not a great sign, but it is going to be something to watch and hope for a lower price so we can get another great buying opportunity. Now, looking here at the last stock, DraftKings, there's going to be a lot to talk about as far as news with this stock, but I don't want to focus on that right now. I want to make a quick analysis on their TA, technical analysis here, or their chart. And again, guys, if you do want to follow me, make sure you are on TradingView.com. The link is going to be down in the description below to get on this exact website and this software for absolutely free. And this is where I do all my technical analysis and all my trading analysis. So really, it's no secret what I do. All of it is here for free for you to use. So make sure you check out the links in the description below. But looking here at DraftKings, you can see that we are now at the bottom of this channel. And DraftKings is a stock where there's not only a channel heading upwards, but there are also some great support and resistance lines here horizontally. And what we really want to look at is whether or not DraftKings is going to not only break out from the bottom side of this channel, but also break out from this support level right here. And that would be very, very negative if the stock did manage to head in this downwards direction right here. That would be extremely negative and a cause for panic if the stock was able to break this level. So again, guys, that is the price I'm watching. And I really don't think it's a surprise that this price is lining up with the earnings date, which is going to be in just a few days. A lot of people are also saying that the stock showed us a very clear head and shoulders here over the last few weeks. And you can see that it is partly true, but at the same time, a positive earnings report could be pushing us into the upwards direction. So again, guys, don't be in this stock at all into the earnings. This is a toss-up, an absolute gamble, and I sold my personal position with DraftKings at around the $70 a share level. I've been in a couple of times since then, but none of them were very successful. As you can see, the stock is headed downwards and is showing us some very clear signs that maybe there is some pausing needed on this stock. So again, guys, do not hop in on this stock yet until we get a clear sign of whether this stock will hold this $56 a share range, or if we will see a breakdown maybe to this 200 moving directional, or all the way down to the 44 a share. So again, guys, Thank you so much for watching. If you are trading these stocks, good luck. I hope all your trades are in the green, and make sure you check out the links in the description below to keep upping your trading game and making sure you're getting better as a trader every single day. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all your trades are in the green.